We hope everybody enjoys. P, the equality thing threw me though, because women don't want equality.
So when you're saying equality versus when I'm saying equality, when I'm saying equality, I'm more so talking about the autonomy of the individual, right? Like you have to respect the wealth, or not the wealth, the sovereignty of the person. You cannot tell this woman, this adult, what to do with her body. You cannot tell her what to do. Like, again, I'm not a woman. I got the advantage on this one. However, dot dot dot. I just take issue because I see how that is how that message is misconstrued, and then how that plays in everyday life, right? And that's the fault of two people. It's these trash ass men that whatever like take advantage of these women, but then it's also on the woman who is so readily and easily to give of herself to just be partnered with somebody, right? Because what they're trying to embody this image of like, oh, that's my protector, that's whatever the case may be. We're not doing all that shit. Well, what I'm going to teach my children, I'm going to teach y'all's children when y'all let me babysit, is like always maintain true to you and your values. It's okay to mesh with somebody. It's okay for all of that stuff to happen, but at the point where we are saying you're not equal, your individuality or your being as an individual is not as important as mine, and that's not the case. Like she's just as much as important as you. It's just about it's the power dynamic. I'd rather you talk about the power dynamic and how that works out versus the core value of how I'm receiving it is the core value of you are second to me.
What anybody else want to chime? Because I just want to make sure. So yes, you do lose yourself in your marriage, right? It isn't about you, right? That's why men die earlier, higher suicide, because we work ourselves to death for our families, right? So it's the same thing. I don't sleep because I'm always working, right? And that's why I make it to 71 and a half. I'm cool because I know that I did enough for my family to be good. So same difference. It ain't about you and it ain't about her.
That's not why we die early.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
I
So
think with
what?
equality, people try to sacrifice the wrong things, and then they end up sacrificing themselves. If you compromise something for the benefit of your family, then you shouldn't look at that like I'm practicing inequality. You should be saying this is a compromise for the greater good of the family. Now, if there's a structure that you believe in, if you sacrifice for that structure, then you have to create the rankings, right? Then the rankings go God. If you're a wife or a husband, or excuse me, a wife or a woman, whatever, God, husband, you, kids, right? If you have
You
a
forgot
wife,
Jesus.
huh?
You forgot Jesus. God, Jesus, then
Right,
sorry,
right.
sorry, go ahead.
My apologies. My apologies. But there should be some kind of structure in the household. And I think if you're sacrificing something, people do compromise the wrong things, right? And then they compromise something about themselves that they regret or they look back on wishing they had done differently. But if it's for the greater good of your family and the benefit of your family coming out successful, then both sides, husbands and wives, men and women, are going to sacrifice and lose the wrong thing sometimes.
I think that's what the difference is between a wife and a partner. A wife is one who understands those biblical principles and those that order, and a partner is basically the equality. So, should a man be looking for a wife if he's going by Christian principles? Then yes, because she understands that order.
You froze a little bit. You should say that again.
I said, if a man is looking for a wife, he's looking for someone who understands that biblical order. If he's not, then he's going to get a woman that's, 50-50. Like, I just what you can do. We're in it together kind of thing.
I agree with that. And I think, Hamp's point earlier is the partnerships, the cause of the 53%. I think it has a lot to do with it because if you're looking for a spouse or wife or a husband, then you're looking for the greater good, right? But if you're looking for a partnership, then anybody can fit that bill. So you'll always be looking like, well, if this ain't working, I could just find another partner.
Yeah.
So I think that dismissiveness with that 53% does have a lot to do with the partnerships people are seeking.
Yeah.
Do you
Go
guys
ahead.